Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive.
It's great to be back.
Today we're diving into the world of media and telecom SaaS companies.
Yeah, exciting stuff.
We've got this really interesting research piece here.
Oh, yeah, which one?
It's called Supercharging Growth for Media and Telecom Tech SaaS Providers, Embracing External Expertise.
Okay, got it.
We're going to try to figure out how these companies can succeed in such a crazy, fast-paced industry.
It's tough out there for sure with all the changes happening constantly. Like, think about it. Customer expectations are so high these days.
Yeah, no kidding.
They want it all.
They want the seamless experience.
Omni-channel. Everything.
Exactly. If you don't deliver, forget about it. They're gone.
They'll find someone else.
So this research suggests that a lot of companies are overlooking something.
What's that?
Well, it's like a secret weapon they're not even using.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It's external expertise.
Interesting.
We all get so caught up in the day-to-day,
Oh, absolutely.
We forget to step back and look at the bigger picture.
Sometimes you need that outside perspective.
Exactly. Bringing in consultants or fractional leaders,
Maybe who have been there and done that.
people who can shake things up a bit.
That could be a real game changer for these companies.
I agree. What's fascinating is that companies get this for, like, legal stuff.
Right, or accounting.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, we need a lawyer.
Gotta have an accountant.
But when it comes to sales, marketing, operations,
They're like, nah, we got this.
but they could really benefit from external expertise in those areas too.
It's almost like they're so focused on building up their internal team that they miss the immediate impact an expert could have.
I see that. This research throws out this crazy stat right away.
Okay, hit me with it.
Companies using a hybrid sales model are seeing revenue increases of up to 50%.
50%! That's impressive.
Now, hybrid sales, I know what you're thinking. It's part in-person, part remote.
Oh, right. That's the basic idea.
But it's more than that, isn't it?
Oh, it's much more nuanced. Like, it's not just about online versus offline.
Right.
It's about using the right approach for each situation
Exactly. You have to consider the complexity of the deal.
and what the customer prefers.
For example, imagine a SaaS company, right?
Okay.
They use inside sales for those smaller deals.
The more transactional ones,
But for those massive deals,
the complex ones.
they bring in the heavy hitters,
Senior sales leaders
people with deep industry experience.
who can really negotiate.
Makes sense, right?
It's like having a SWAT team for sales.
Exactly.
But how many companies are actually doing this well?
That's the million-dollar question.
Because it sounds pretty hard to pull off.
You're right. Implementing a hybrid model effectively is a major undertaking.
It's like a whole other layer of complexity.
You've got technology to integrate,
You've got to train your team.
define roles and responsibilities. It's a lot to juggle.
That's where those external experts come in.
You've got it.
They've got the expertise.
And the playbook for success. They've seen it all before.
Right. Think about it. A fractional sales leader has probably implemented this type of model multiple times
In all sorts of companies.
across the industry.
They know what works and what doesn't.
And they can help your company avoid making those costly mistakes.
They can get you to success faster.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got hybrid sales. But there's another trend we need to talk about.
What's that?
Hyper-personalization.
Ooh.
This isn't just putting someone's name in an email, right?
No. We're way past that.
This is about really understanding your customers,
Their needs
their challenges.
and tailoring your solutions for each.
This research found that B2B companies using hyper-personalization are twice as likely to gain significant market share.
Twice as likely. That's huge.
So how do you even start doing that?
Good question.
I mean, these companies have tons of customers.
Thousands, millions even.
Are you supposed to hire like 1 million data analysts?
Well, you don't necessarily need an army of data analysts.
Okay, that's good to hear.
While having internal data expertise is important, this is where a revenue growth consultant with specialized analytics can really shine.
Someone who lives and breathes data.
Exactly. Someone who can build those predictive models.
To identify which customers might leave.
So you can intervene before it's too late.
So it's like a crystal ball for your business.
Uh-huh. I like that. And it's not just about the data itself.
There's more to it.
There's also the content side of things.
Oh, right.
Imagine you're a streaming platform, right?
Okay.
And you're targeting a specific media company.
Got it.
You understand their struggles, their audience, their strategy.
Knowledge.
A consultant can help you craft a message that truly speaks to them.
So you're not just sending out generic marketing fluff.
No way.
You're creating something specific for them.
Exactly.
And didn't this report mention a company that made a decision-making engine?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Something about analyzing customer opportunities.
And their preferences.
And they had some crazy good results.
Significant revenue growth. Reduced churn. The works.
That's amazing.
It's the perfect example of combining data analysis with industry knowledge
To create those personalized experiences.
that customers crave.
So we've got hybrid sales, hyper-personalization.
What's next?
Let's talk about sales enablement.
All right, let's do it.
Now, I got to be honest.
What is it?
When I hear sales enablement, I think of those cheesy training videos.
Uh-huh. You know, the ones from like the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. Like bad acting.
Awkward scenarios.
But it's more than that, right?
Oh, it's so much more than that. Sales enablement is crucial.
So what is it then?
It's about giving your sales team the tools they need
Okay, I like that. Tools, technologies, knowledge.
to succeed in this crazy world.
It's like giving them a high-tech toolkit,
Customized to their needs.
helping them win every deal.
Exactly.
So are we talking about CRM systems, sales intelligence platforms, all that?
All of that and more.
But it's not just about having the tools, right?
Definitely not.
You have to make sure they're integrated.
And that your team actually knows how to use them.
Because I see companies making this mistake all the time.
What do you mean?
They invest in all this fancy technology,
Okay.
but then no one knows how to use it,
So it just sits there.
gathering dust.
What a waste.
Exactly. And that's where these experts can help.
They can help in so many ways.
Like they could look at your existing technology,
do a full assessment.
see what you need,
Make recommendations.
help you implement the right solutions.
Provide training and support.
Make sure you're getting the most out of your investment.
Precisely.
It's like having a tech coach for your sales team.
I like that.
And this research even mentioned a company.
Oh, yeah. What did they do?
They used technology to streamline their international deals.
So they could focus on the U.S. market.
Suzanne.
Strategic delegation.
Okay, we've covered a lot, but there's one more thing.
All right, lay it on me.
Marketplaces.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's talking about marketplaces these days.
It seems like every company has one.
Or they're on one.
And for a good reason, right?
Oh, yeah. They can be incredibly powerful.
They can drive a ton of sales,
For B2B especially.
but they're not a magic bullet.
Definitely not. You can't just throw your product up there and hope for the best.
You need a plan.
A strategy.
So how can external experts help with this?
Well, they can help companies develop a strategy for success.
Okay, so a tailored marketplace strategy.
Exactly. They'll look at your goals,
Your target market.
your overall sales and marketing plans,
Make sure everything aligns
and then they'll help you optimize your presence on those marketplaces.
so you stand out.
Exactly. Attract more customers, drive more sales.
They're like marketplace whisperers.
I like that. They know how to navigate that world.
Okay, we've covered hybrid sales, hyper-personalization, sales enablement, and marketplaces.
That's a lot.
It's like we're creating a blueprint for SaaS success.
I like the way you think.
But there's one more thing.
I was wondering when you'd get to it.
Company culture.
Ah, yes. The often overlooked but absolutely essential element.
You can't just ignore it.
Nope. Because to succeed in this world, you need the right culture.
A culture that's agile,
Data-driven,
focused on the customer experience.
all of that good stuff.
But changing a company's culture is hard.
Ooh, tell me about it.
It's like trying to turn a giant ship around.
It takes time, effort.
And navigational expertise.
You need someone who knows what they're doing,
And that's where external consultants come in.
especially the ones with change management experience.
They can be objective observers.
They help identify resistance to change
They help implement new processes.
and technologies
And they help create a culture that's built for growth.
and innovation.
So they're not just bringing technical skills to the table.
You're bringing those soft skills too,
The people skills.
the communication skills.
For change management expertise.
Because in the end, it's all about people
It's about getting everyone on board
working together
and a common goal.
and creating a culture where everyone can thrive.
This has been a really insightful deep dive so far.
It has.
We've uncovered some really interesting things about how media and telecom SaaS companies can grow.
We've talked about hybrid sales, hyper-personalization, sales enablement, marketplaces, and the importance of company culture.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
There's still so much more to explore. So before we went on a little break there,
Right.
we were talking about all these ways that these media and telecom companies
Yeah.
can use external expertise
Right.
to kind of, boost their growth.
Boost their growth, get to that next level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think now's the time.
Let's get practical.
Yeah, let's get practical.
Like, how do we actually put these things into action?
Yeah, how do these ideas translate into like real results?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because they sound great.
they do sound great.
But it can be daunting.
It can be. It can be a lot.
Yeah. Like that whole hybrid sales model,
Yeah.
that really got me thinking.
Yeah, it's a great concept.
It sounds amazing in theory.
It does.
But logistically,
Technically, yeah.
how do you actually make it work?
Well, that's where these experts can be super valuable.
Well-
One thing they can do is
What's that?
really assess your current sales team.
Okay.
Figure out what skills they're missing.
So it's like a skill inventory, right?
Exactly. Like what's in their toolbox?
Yeah.
What do they need to succeed?
Yeah.
So for instance, let's say your company's
Yeah.
moving towards a more like
Yeah.
remote sales model,
Okay.
right? Your team might need training on
Yeah.
virtual communication.
Like how to do Zoom calls well?
Yeah. How to give a killer presentation online.
Yeah.
Mastering all these new technologies.
All right, because it's different than in person.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
And that's where an external expert can come in,
Okay.
provide that specialized coaching.
Yeah, get everyone up to speed.
Up to speed, exactly.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
they can also help with
Oh, yeah.
just something as fundamental as
What's that?
defining roles and responsibilities.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's so important.
Because in a hybrid environment,
Yeah.
things can get a little blurry.
They really
You-
can, yeah.
Like who's doing what?
Right.
Where does inside sales end
Yeah.
and field sales begin?
Right. And what about customer success?
Exactly. It all gets kind of mixed up.
Yeah, it does.
So you need
Clarity.
you need a process
Yeah.
that everybody understands.
Workflows. Everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. And experts can help companies map all that out.
That's great.
Roles, responsibilities, workflows,
Okay.
make sure the whole hybrid sales operation
Yeah.
runs smoothly.
Runs like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, efficiently. And they can even help figure out,
Yeah.
what's the optimal mix of in-person
Oh, yeah.
versus remote
That's a great point.
interactions for different types of customers and deals.
Yeah, because it's not going to be the same for everyone, right?
It's not.
You got to figure that out.
Exactly.
And they can help you do that.
They can help you do that because
They've seen it before.
they've seen it before. They have that bird's eye view.
Yeah, that outside perspective.
Outside perspective that you
I-
just
You can't have
can't have when you're in the trenches.
when you're in the weeds. Yeah.
Exactly. So they can help you avoid
Yeah.
those common pitfalls,
The common mistakes.
right? Leverage best practices.
Yeah.
And ultimately implement a hybrid model
That works.
that works for you.
That's custom fit.
Custom fit to your company,
Yeah.
to your target market.
I like that.
So yeah, hybrid sales, check.
Check.
Now let's go back to hyper-personalization for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about
Right.
how data is key,
Yeah.
right? But how do you actually translate those insights into actionable strategies?
That's the thing.
Right, it can't just be
You can't just be numbers.
numbers on a spreadsheet,
Right.
right? Algorithms.
Right.
It has to be human.
It's got to mean something
It has to mean something
to real people.
to real people, and that's where these experts come in
Oh,
because they understand
Yeah.
the media and telecom landscape.
Yeah, they know the industry.
I know the industry. They can combine data
Yeah.
with that knowledge
Yeah.
to develop content
Okay.
that's really personalized.
So it's not enough to know
It's not enough to know.
that a customer likes videos.
Right.
You have to know what kind of videos they like
Exactly. You have to know
Yeah.
what's going to resonate with them
based on all this stuff.
based on everything.
Like their industry, their role, their challenges.
very specific challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're basically
We're crafting messages offers
that speak directly to them.
that speak directly to their needs.
Making them feel understood.
Understood. Yeah, like you get them.
Yeah.
You know their business.
You know their business.
You know their goals.
You know their goals.
Right. Yeah. Do you have an example?
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's say
Yeah.
you're a SaaS company.
Okay.
You're providing
Right.
cloud-based solutions
For media
for
companies.
media companies.
That's
And
true.
through data analysis,
Awesome.
you realize
Yeah.
that there's a group of customers
Okay.
who are really struggling with content delivery
Oh, okay.
and monetization.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And an expert could step in,
Okay.
help you create
Yeah.
personalized content
Yeah.
that shows how your solutions can actually
Solve those
solve
problems.
those specific problems,
Okay,
right?
got
So
it.
they might create case studies
Yeah.
featuring similar companies,
Yeah.
white papers
Yeah.
outlining best practices,
Uh-huh.
webinars with industry thought leaders.
Yeah.
So it's not
That's targeted.
it's targeted, it's not just generic. Right.
Right, feels
Tailor-made. Tailor-made, exactly.
yeah, and that can make a big difference.
Huge difference.
Right, yeah.
In building trust,
Yeah.
establishing credibility,
Yeah.
and ultimately closing
Going
deals.
yeah.
So, okay, let's shift gears now.
All right.
Talk about sales enablement again.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mhm.
we talked about how experts can help companies choose
The right tools.
the right tools, implement them.
Yeah, yeah.
But what about the human side of things?
Right, because you can have all the tools in the world,
You can.
but if no one's using them,
It's useless, right?
it's useless.
So how do you make sure your sales team actually embraces
Yeah.
these tools, uses them effectively?
Uses them.
Okay, so that's where training comes in
Okay,
and ongoing support.
oh, so it's not just like a one-time thing.
It's not a one-time thing, it's ongoing.
Yeah, okay.
You got to have these customized training programs,
Yeah.
right, that teach sales teams
Okay.
how to use these technologies seamlessly. You
Yeah.
know, like how do they weave them into
Right, into their actual work,
their existing workflow?
it's got to be practical.
It's got to be practical.
It's not just
It's not just, here's how the buttons work.
right, exactly.
It's like, here's how this can make your life easier.
Help you close more deals,
Exactly. Exactly.
bring more money.
Right. Exactly. So,
Yeah,
and the support can't be one time either.
right. It's got to be ongoing.
It's got to be ongoing. They can answer questions,
Yeah.
troubleshoot issues, offer best practices.
Yeah.
They can even help track key metrics
Oh, yeah.
to measure the technology's impact,
So you can see if it's actually working.
see if it's actually working, and
Yeah.
identify
Yeah.
areas for improvement.
Right, because maybe you need to tweak things.
Maybe you need to tweak things. Maybe you need to
Get rid of a tool.
get rid of a tool. Maybe you need to add a new one.
Yeah.
It's all about optimization.
It's like they're a tech concierge for your sales team.
I love that analogy.
They're there to make everything run smoothly.
Make sure you're getting the most out of your investment.
Exactly.
Exactly. They take the headache out of technology so
Yeah.
the sales team can focus on what they do best.
Selling, closing deals.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about marketplaces.
Okay. Marketplace.
We kind of touched on them before.
Yeah, we did.
But I think we need to dive a little deeper.
Yeah, I think so too.
So we said that a strategic approach is important.
Right, but what does that actually mean?
Yeah, what does that actually look like?
How can these experts help?
Because there's so many options.
There are so many options.
Platforms, different marketplaces.
It's overwhelming.
It can be.
It can be. So one key area is
Okay.
marketplace selection.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right, because
Yeah.
there's all these different options,
Yeah.
each with its own
Pros and cons.
pros and cons, target audience, fee structure.
Right.
So these experts
Yeah.
can help companies choose.
The best marketplaces for their products
Okay.
or services.
That's a good point. So it's not just about jumping on the first one you see.
No, it's about finding the right fit.
Yeah. The great pond to fish in.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So once they've identified
Yeah.
those right marketplaces,
Great.
then they can help
Yeah.
companies optimize their presence.
Optimize. Okay.
Right, so that they
Yeah.
really stand out
Yeah.
and drive sales.
Okay.
So this could involve
Like what?
crafting really compelling product descriptions,
Oh, yeah.
optimizing their listings for search engines.
So people can find them.
Exactly, running targeted ad campaigns,
Okay.
managing customer reviews.
Wow.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to think about.
It is. It's a lot to think about,
Yeah.
but it's all about
It's about doing it right.
doing it right. Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not just
Not just set it and forget it.
set it and forget it. No, it's about
active management.
active management. You got to engage with your customers.
Engage with those potential customers.
Answer their questions.
Answer questions quickly.
Yeah.
You know, look for ways to
Always be improving.
always be improving, stay ahead of the competition.
Stay ahead of the competition.
And of course, data is crucial here.
Data.
Data. These experts can track
Yeah.
key metrics,
Yeah.
analyze all that marketplace data,
Yeah.
and use those insights to
Make better decisions.
make better decisions, refine your strategies,
Improve your performance.
improve your performance over time.
Yeah, it's like they're bringing this whole level of
Sophistication. Data-driven decision-making.
that a lot of companies just don't have.
They don't have it in-house.
Yeah, and that can make or break you.
It can, especially in that competitive world.
Right, of online marketplaces.
Of online marketplaces, exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about
Wow.
hybrid sales models, hyper-personalization,
Sales enablement.
those complex marketplace strategies. But before we wrap up,
Yeah.
we got to go back to
That one crucial ingredient,
company culture.
company culture, yes.
So,
Split open.
as we mentioned earlier,
Right.
to really thrive in today's market,
Yeah.
media and telecom companies
Yeah.
need that right culture.
They do. It's the foundation.
It's a foundation for everything.
For everything else, you need to embrace
Agility.
agility, data-driven decision-making,
Customer-centric approach.
customer-centric approach, all of that.
But changing a company's culture,
Oh, that's tough.
that is not easy. It's like trying to change the direction of a river.
I love that. I love that.
Right. It's like you need more than just good intentions.
You do. You need a plan.
You need a plan. You need to understand
How things flow.
the flow.
The flow, yeah.
And you need the right tools to kind of
Yeah.
guide that change.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Because that's where those external experts
Yeah.
can come in
Yeah.
with their objective perspective. Their experience in change management,
Right.
they've seen it all.
They've been there.
They've been there. They've navigated those cultural shifts.
They know what works.
They know what works and they know what doesn't.
So how can they help companies
So how can they help
How do they
companies
navigate this?
navigate this process? Well, one key way is by helping them identify,
Okay.
articulate
Yeah.
their core values, their
Yeah.
vision.
So like, where are we going?
Where are we going? What do we stand for?
Yeah.
It's about creating a roadmap
Okay.
for this transformation.
Yeah.
Right? So everyone understands where they're headed and why.
Yeah. Why are we doing this?
Exactly. It's like
Yeah.
setting the compass.
And then the compass. Yeah.
Right. Getting everyone excited
Yeah.
about the destination.
The destination. Yeah.
Okay. So once that vision is clear,
Okay. Then what?
then they can
Yeah.
develop and implement
Okay.
a change management plan that's designed for that specific organization.
There's not one size fits all.
It's not one size fits all. It's tailored, customized.
Okay.
They can identify potential roadblocks,
Yeah.
come up with strategies to overcome,
Right.
resistance.
Because people don't always like change.
People don't like change,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
they can communicate effectively.
Communication, so important.
It's so important with
Yeah.
employees
Yeah.
throughout the process.
Yep.
And they're also great at helping companies create this culture of continuous learning,
Oh, yeah.
continuous improvement,
Right.
right? Encouraging employees to
Be curious.
be
curious.
embrace new
Adapt to the changing market.
to those ever-changing conditions.
Yeah, because things are always changing.
Things are always changing. That's the only constant,
Yeah.
right? So it's not just about
Totally.
changing the culture.
It's about creating a culture that can change.
That is built for change.
That can adapt.
That can adapt, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And in today's world, that's what
makes the difference.
makes the difference.
Take the winners
And the losers.
and the losers, yeah.
Okay, so we've covered
We've covered a lot.
all ground today.
Hybrid sales models, hyper-personalization,
Sales enablement,
marketplace strategies.
company culture.
It's been quite a journey.
It has.
A deep dive into the world of
Media and telecom SaaS companies.
media and telecom SaaS companies and how they can use these experts
To unlock their potential.
to unlock their potential.
To really get to that next level.
And while we've just scratched the surface,
We've just scratched the surface.
I think we've given our listeners
I think we have to.
some good insights.
Yeah.
A framework to think about growth
In this crazy industry.
in this crazy industry.
Yes, I agree. We've explored a lot of strategic ground today,
We have
but I'm sure our listeners
Yeah.
are eager to hear more about
how to put it all into practice.
how to put these ideas into practice, how to make it real.
Yeah, exactly.
So when we come back
After the break,
after the break,
we're going to share some actionable takeaways
actionable takeaways.
and some key questions to consider
Key questions to consider
as you embark on your own
growth journeys.
growth journey in this exciting
Exciting world.
world of media and telecom SaaS. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've been exploring how media and telecom SaaS companies can really amp up their growth.
It's a fast-moving world out there.
It is. It's constantly changing. But we've uncovered some great insights.
Hybrid sales models, hyper-personalization,
Sales enablement,
marketplaces, company culture, we hit it all.
we did. But now I think our listeners are probably thinking, okay, this is all great, but what do I actually do with this information?
That's the key question, right? How do we translate these concepts into action?
Exactly. So what are the biggest takeaways here?
Sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest.
Keep it simple.
And honestly, for a lot of these companies, the biggest hurdle is just admitting they need help.
So takeaway number one, don't be afraid to ask for help.
Exactly. Bringing in those external experts, that can be a game changer. Think of it like you're climbing a mountain.
Okay, I like that.
You could try to do it alone, but having a guide who knows the terrain, that's going to make your journey a whole lot smoother.
They can help you avoid those pitfalls, those hidden crevasses.
Exactly. They've been there before, they know the challenges, and they can help you reach the summit faster and safer.
So ask for help. What else? What's another key takeaway?
Data, data, data.
It's everything these days.
It really is. Media and telecom companies have access to tons of data.
But it's not just about having it.
Right. It's about using it effectively, turning that data into actionable insights. And that's another area where external experts can be invaluable. They can help you make sense of all that data, find the patterns, and identify those golden nuggets of information that can drive real business results.
It's about making data-driven decisions, not just gut-feeling decisions.
Absolutely.
And there's one more thing I want to touch on.
What's that?
Agility. This industry is constantly changing. New technologies, new platforms, new consumer behaviors popping up all the time.
It's like trying to surf a tidal wave.
You got to be able to adapt quickly. And those external experts, they can help with that too. They bring fresh perspectives, challenge the status quo, and help you pivot when you need to.
They can help you build a culture of agility, a culture that's ready for anything.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with one final question to ponder.
Hit us with it.
What's one area in your business where you could benefit from external expertise right now?
That's a good one.
Is it sales, marketing, product development, maybe even something bigger like a cultural transformation?
Take a moment and really think about it.
Because sometimes bringing in that outside perspective can be the spark you need to ignite real growth. And that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely. Achieving success beyond borders.
And that's a wrap on this episode of The Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Deep Dive for more deep dives into the world of business.